You don't remember the first time you touched a skateboard, but you remember the sound. The way the grip tape rasped under your fingers. How the wheels felt like freedom and violence, all at once. You were just a kid, quiet, ignored, living in a world too loud for you. And that thing, that wooden plank with trucks and scratched up stickers, it made sense. It didn't yell. It didn't ask you to explain yourself. It didn't judge when you fell. You had no coach, no gear. Your first board was a hand-me-down from your cousin. Grip tape peeling, tail chipped, and bearings that groaned with every push. But you loved it like it was holy. Because for once, you weren't pretending. You weren't lost. You were skating. You learned pain early. Shinners, rolled ankles, split lips, road rash. Not just accepted, but expected. That's the tax you pay to land anything. The first time you landed a kickflip, your breath caught in your throat like lightning. You'd watched it 100 times in slow-mo edits, mimicked every muscle twitch of the pros, and finally, it clicked. But nobody clapped. No medals, no trophies. Just the sound of your own wheels rolling away from the curb. And still, it was everything. You came home bleeding sometimes. Mum said you were crazy. Dad just shook his head. Why don't you play something normal? But you didn't need normal. You needed real. And this was the first time your body felt like a language, not a prison. You skated curbs no one noticed. Manholes became launch ramps. Stairs became battlegrounds. Handrails, holy grails. Every sidewalk was a canvas. Every wall, every crack, part of your symphony. You and your friends filmed clips on a busted iPhone. No mics, no stabilizers, just raw footage and busted bones. You edited montages on free apps, threw them up on Instagram, captioned them with fire emojis and inside jokes no one understood but you. And when someone reposted it, a page with 2,000 followers, you felt seen. Not famous, not validated, just seen. It wasn't about going pro. It was about not disappearing. Then the truth hit you. The system is rigged. Your favorite skaters, they weren't rich. They weren't flashy. They were just obsessed. But they're broke now, working warehouse jobs, selling their old decks on eBay to pay rent. Meanwhile, some rich kid with a film crew and a $200 grip job lands a nollie flip on a handrail once, and boom, sponsor, deal, hype. You realize the industry doesn't want heart. It wants aesthetics. It doesn't reward pain. It rewards lighting, angles, and clout. And you've got none of that. No photographer, no LA skate park, just a cracked board and 3 minutes of daylight after work. You thought skating made you invincible. It made you resilient, tough. But somewhere between the 5th sprained ankle and the 2nd broken wrist, you start hearing your body whisper, "We can't keep doing this." You ignore it. Because real skaters don't rest. Real skaters don't whine. Real skaters bleed. Until one day, you fall. Not a spectacular bail, not a YouTube-worthy slam, just a small, stupid slip. And your knee doesn't bend the right way anymore. And for the first time, you wonder if it's over. The loneliness no one sees. There's no team here, no locker room, no coach to call you after surgery, no rehab program. You rehab in silence, at home, stretching with a foam roller that squeaks every time you press into it. No one checks in. No one asks. You post an old clip to stay relevant. People think you're still out there, still pushing. But you're not. You're in bed, watching the ceiling fan spin, wondering who you are if you're not a skater anymore. Nobody cares about almost. You go back, eventually, to the same spots, same rail, same cracked pavement. But your legs don't trust you. Your pop feels wrong. You hesitate. And in skating, hesitation is death. You try to film a line for the new edit. You land it. Kind of. But the foot slides. The light's off. Your friend says, "Do it again." You say, "Yeah," but inside, you're screaming. You scroll through clips from kids 10 years younger. Perfect lighting, perfect tricks, perfect gear. And you feel like a ghost. You gave everything. People think skating is fun, easy, like it's just a game. But you know better. You gave your body. You gave your time. You gave your silence. You gave your dreams. You lost jobs because of sprained wrists, missed parties because of broken teeth, skipped birthdays, weddings, dates, all for a 15-second line you never even landed clean. And for what? No contract, no sponsors, no love. You look at your board now, that same wooden friend, and it just looks tired. And still, you push. But here's the thing. You still skate. Not for the camera, not for the followers. For that moment when you push down the street and the world disappears. When your body, broken and betrayed, still whispers, "This is home." No applause, no trophies, just concrete and breath and gravity and grace. You'll never be famous. You'll never be rich. But you were never in it for that. You skate because it's the only thing that ever made sense. And even when the world moves on, you won't. This is why it sucks to be a skater. But this is also why we never quit.